Okay, today I'm going to be talking about the national championship between Alabama and Clemson. Alabama probably has one of the best offenses, if not the best offense, in college football, led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who probably should have won the Heisman Trophy, but he can't control that. He is handing it off to some of the best running backs in the nation in Najee Harris, Damian Harris, and Josh Jacobs. All three of these guys are beasts, and they use them in such a smart way, keeping them fresh, rotating them in and out, so that way when they are on the field, they get the most out of them, and they're just able to run over people, run at full speed, which is really good for Alabama. It creates a really good run game for them. Also, Tua Tagovailoa is throwing it to some of the best receivers in the nation, and Jerry Jeudy, who was the Biletnikoff Award winner, which goes to the best receiver in the nation, Henry Ruggs, and Jalen Waddle. These guys make up a really, really explosive offense. They have a really great offensive line, too, and have probably one of the best offensive tackles in all of college football in Jonah Williams. And their offense is just so great, and I think it's going to really create a mismatch against Clemson's defense. Clemson's defense up front is phenomenal with Christian Wilkins and Austin Bryant and Clelin Ferrell, but they are missing a key piece in their defense in Dexter Lawrence, their big defensive tackle up front. Unfortunately for him, he is not playing in the national championship game because of a drug test and will be missing. And this is really important because this allows Alabama to double team Christian Wilkins up front, and it'll give Clemson a hard time stopping the run game, as they are not very great at linebacker and in the secondary, which really is going to hurt Clemson. And I think, Clemson secondary is not the best secondary in college football. It's not the worst, but they're okay at best. But they're going up against excellent Alabama receivers and a really good quarterback. And I think Clemson's defense is going to struggle a lot in this game, trying to hold Alabama's offense. And I think Alabama will probably score a lot of points. But looking at Alabama's defense is led up front defensively by Quinnen Williams, the Outland Trophy winner, probably the best defensive player in the nation. He's in that conversation. They also have Roquan Davis up front, Isaiah Buggs, Anthony Jennings. I mean, they have great defensive linemen up front, which is really good. They also have Mack Wilson at linebacker, really good linebacker, probably one of the best linebackers in college football, and then Dante Thompson, one of the best safeties in college football. So defensively, Alabama looks really, really good. But they are going up against a Clemson offense, against a QB and Trevor Lawrence, who is a freshman, but he is a really good QB. He does not play like a freshman QB. He is really good. And for Clemson, they are led by running back Travis Etienne, who is really good. Probably the best running back in the ACC. He's really good, and I think he will help Clemson's offense a lot by taking some pressure off Trevor Lawrence. But Trevor Lawrence is throwing at some great guys in T. Higgins, Justin Ross, Hunter Renfrow, who plays really good against Alabama, and they have Amari Rodgers at receiver. Those are some great receivers that he is throwing it to, which should create a problem against Alabama's secondary, which is not the best, but not the worst. They're pretty average. But Clemson and Alabama look really good offensively against the defensive matchups they're going against. I mean, Clemson really, their biggest threat they have to worry about defensively is Quinnen Williams up front, which Quinnen Williams is really unstoppable. I mean, he's one of the hardest players to block in the nation. Really, really good player. He's definitely going to be a top 5 pick going into the draft. I mean, really good player. But with all that said, I have Alabama winning this football game 31-27 against Clemson. I think Tua Tagovailoa is a really hard player to stop. I mean, he's so accurate with the football, really great player. I mean, phenomenal quarterback. And I think he will be the MVP of this game for Alabama